For almost all of human history, simply staying alive meant enduring exposure, starvation, and violence. Today, millions of us live in climate-controlled boxes, completely isolated from those physical threats. Yet, despite having access to more physical safety and on-demand convenience than any humans who have ever lived, countless people still lie awake at 3 a.m. with their hearts racing, gripped by a feeling that something is terribly wrong. When this happens, the standard response is to treat it as a medical failure. We are told that our nervous systems are malfunctioning or that our brains are broken. But experiencing the physical sensations of being hunted during the safest era on record points to a different conclusion. We might be completely misinterpreting what our biological alarm system is actually doing. Your brain is not broken. It is doing exactly what it was programmed to do by thousands of years of evolution.
To figure out why we feel so much dread, we have to stop looking at the modern world. We have to wind the clock back to the brutal environment our minds were actually built to survive. Human anxiety is a highly tuned, ancient survival tool. It is currently trapped in an environment it cannot comprehend. Imagine waking up 20,000 years ago. No locked doors, no police, no electricity, just cold air, a fading fire, and the understanding that outside this rock, something lethal is likely watching you. The people who lived in these conditions didn't try to manage their anxiety. They survived because they obeyed it without question. Fear was a form of intelligence. Noticing a subtle shift in the wind, reading the tension in a group, or hearing a twig snap in the distance required an immense amount of cognitive processing. If your brain stopped imagining danger for even a second, you died. But the threats of the ancient world shared one crucial characteristic. They were immediate, physical, and right in front of you. You feared the predator outside the camp or the coming winter. This made ancient anxiety a perfectly calibrated system. A spike in terror had a clear trigger, which demanded an immediate physical response, followed by a period of recovery. Prehistoric life also came with 3 built-in coping mechanisms to handle that intense stress, mechanisms that modern society has completely erased. The first was action. Survival required constant movement, tracking, building, and hunting. When adrenaline spiked, the body always had a physical outlet to burn it off. The second was the tribe. Evolution wired us to equate physical isolation with death. Humans stayed closely connected in small groups at all times, which kept the nervous system regulated. The third was ritual. Before science or medicine, humans used ceremonies, stories, and art. These practices helped them structure the chaos of nature and transform uncertainty into meaning. The prehistoric world provided a closed loop. The environment generated intense fear, but daily life demanded the exact physical and social actions necessary to discharge it. That loop broke with the agricultural revolution. Once humans settled down, they accumulated property, wealth, and status. Survival suddenly meant competing with each other, creating permanent social comparison. Fast forward to the digital age, and artificial worlds have weaponized this dynamic. Algorithms have replaced physical predators with thousands of opinions, threats, and advertisements, all competing for your attention. Ancient humans feared what could kill the body. Today, we fear what could destroy our social identity: unread messages, career failure, being average, or being forgotten. This creates a biological glitch. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference between a physical predator and a psychological threat. It sounds the exact same alarm for both. The result is a perpetual trap. Millions of people are stuck experiencing a chronic, low-level state of survival mode, even while sitting completely still. Modern civilization forces our ancient brains to process an inescapable, infinite amount of invisible danger. It creates endless panic, with no physical way to release it. Ancient humans lived intimately with the unfiltered reality of death and harsh winters. Modern society hides mortality behind layers of medicine and comfort. To maintain that comfort, civilization has become a sophisticated distraction machine. Infinite scrolling and endless stimulation are designed specifically to eliminate any moments of silence. Because when silence does happen, it forces us to confront ourselves and our own existence. We are protected from discomfort so aggressively that when we finally have an uninterrupted thought,
we realize we lack the psychological resilience to handle it. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors stared into the dark, terrified of predators. Today, we stare into the dark, terrified of our own thoughts. Your anxiety is not a malfunction. It is a highly functioning, entirely rational warning system reacting to a pathological environment. The first step to finding peace is recognizing that our biology is doing exactly what it should. It is our hyper-connected, endlessly comparative digital world that is the anomaly. To survive modern life, we have to stop blaming ourselves for feeling hunted. We have to recognize the world for what it is and learn to make peace with the ancient instincts still echoing in our minds.